It's summertime, baby, and I have been haunted by a pair of summertime pants on Pinterest, specifically these ones. And I have the ability to make things that I see and want. You wouldn't download a pair of pants because I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want forever. I'm gonna use this bad boy from the 90s, and we're gonna go view E. Mainly because I already know I like these pants. This is the nice thing about tie-side pants. You could make this with pretty much any pattern for pants as long as they have an outer side seam. So come on. Let's get making some pants via the magic of editing. What do you think, Chief? Have I got the approval? Red thread for me isn't just a hobby or a passion, it's a profession, and I'm gonna nail that performance review next quarter. The first step, of course, is sewing the inseam. I went for a flat felled seam by sewing the front and back of the legs wrong sides together, ironing the seam open, trimming down one side of the seam allowance, and then pressing the longer seam allowance back over it. I sewed it in place, and ta-da! Nice, clean, flat-felled inseam. I was going to need ample bias tape for this, but I learned my lesson from the Barbie dress video, so I made bias tape from a 12-inch square, which gave me about enough to cover each side of my pants. Making bias tape is a magic trick that I always have to relearn every time I make it, so I recommend looking it up yourself if you're scratching your head right now. Quick flat-felled seam on the crotch, I sewed the pockets to the wrong side of the fabric. Did I do it again? Well, beans. This is why I usually preach marking the snot out of the wrong side of your fabric, especially yarn-dyed ones. I seam ripped them out off camera. Again. And as I sewed up the pockets, I sewed what little of the outer leg seam there was to sew. All right. We have somewhere to start. Look at that ventilation. Oof. What a side split. Oof. Feel that movement. As you can see, it's still kind of big. We generally want it to be big. Little ease, little room, because this is an elastic waistband pants. We got the pockets in there and they're sitting pretty okay. Everything will get cinched in real nice once the waistband comes on. I made a couple adjustments that I'm actually really happy I ended up doing. I brought it all in just a little teeny tiny bit, and I also cut away a couple inches from the top. Now, usually when you're making adjustments like that, what you should do is you should find the petite adjustment line, or if you're drafting it yourself, you should bring it from the mid-hip to make it smaller. But because this is a elastic waistband pant and you're basically just a tube until you get to the hip measurement so that it'll fit over your hips without putting a zipper, it's fine. And the next time I make these pants, because I will likely make this pattern at least 3 more times, they're so cute, they're so comfy, I'll remember. So now the big deal is getting that bias tape on and placing my ties. I'm gonna put one right where the actual split starts as like kind of a fake one to make it look like, you know, we're doing things on purpose. 2, 3. Do we really need 4, you think? 4 on each side? 1, 2. No, I think we can get away with 3 on each side because, like, Fundamentally, ventilation is really important here. I need these to be pants, but the whole point is summertime, breeziness, ability to swoosh about. Well, let's go ahead and take it down to the floor. Next, of course, came the tedious task of pinning all the bias tape and adding my ties. This was probably the most time-consuming element of the whole project. Sometimes I desperately just want to zip through a project and nix all the little fun extras I insist on adding. But then I remember that those fun details are usually the reason I want the garment in the first place, and it'll just be another boring basic if I don't add them. I really do suffer from my art. Away for 2 seconds, and all of a sudden it's summertime. An air conditioner just spawned in my window. Needless to say, I gotta get these pants done. We are running out of clothing options. My body weight has changed, and now none of my shorts fit. So I need summertime options. We will finish these pants today. Unless, we're about to see a clip of me regretfully being like, yeah, no, she didn't finish it. This is a different day. Okay, we're good. Let's make some pants, and quickly, because it's gonna get hot today. They're calling for temperatures of about 30 high, but with a humidex that makes it about 40 degrees Celsius, which I will translate to Fahrenheit here. And this, friends, please remember, this is Canada. Global warming. Okay, come on, let's make pants. A quick hem, making sure to finish the sides as well, it was time for the waistband. I love this one because it gives you a nice smooth front, something you don't always get with elastic waistband pants. I sewed the interfaced piece to the elastic casing, leaving just enough room to get both elastics through both sides. I sewed 2 channels for them, and boom, they were onto the pants proper. Hello? If you think I'm not obsessed with this, you're insane. I love an elastic waistband. There is room for snacks. There is room to grow. It's super comfy. It's ventilated. The kicking potential is elevated. I can keep it completely undone if I want to for extra ventilation. I love a double elastic band waistband because it always gives you a little bit of extra, I don't know, oomph. It works a little bit better. I find it sits on your hips a little bit better because if the first elastic band is a little lower at your waist and sort of hitting at your waist, the higher one will hit in the correct place. The crotch is sitting well. It's all coming together. But here's the thing. I think it needs a top. I think it needs just a fun little tank, something like this, maybe a little more cropped. Something simple, breezy, that also does up at the side. We've still got a little bit of finishing to do with this. It needs the ends of the ties finished because I tried to do that on the machine and I should have known. I don't know why, but my machine really hates that concept. Lots of layers of fabric and nothing for the feed dogs to grab onto. So I'm gonna hand sew those off camera because that part's not interesting. Instead, go watch me make a top now. Are you ready? Ready, set, go! I was feeling brave and kind of stupid, so I attempted Makara Toursing it here. Now the difference between me and Makara Tours is that she's been sewing and drafting for herself for over a decade and almost always uses a stretchy fabric. I am a novice drafter using a woven. This didn't 100% go to plan. So you may be wondering, Grace, why did you draft this sandwich board and then put it on? And the answer is because this is going to be tie-side, getting the fit is a little bit different than usual, especially because we're freestyling it. And I wanted to be able to get an idea of where this would sit before I drafted my darts. It's going to sit to about there. So we'll put one in for sort of like the peak of the dart. Jig and rejig until I had something that resembled a top. With that, there was only one thing left to do. Soak up the summertime vibes. I'm still not 100% sold on the top, and I will say we do have, it's prone to a lot of wrinklage. Pros of this lovely two-piece set: super cute, really great in motion, absolutely adorable. That is the same as number one. And the ventilation, it really is a breezy set of summertime pants, which is great because I hate when my legs touch. I will say it does look a little sloppy sometimes at certain angles when you're sitting, but you know what? I'm not a stiff starched piece of art that only sits perfectly still in exactly a beautiful way. You gotta live in your body. So, either way, now I have a two-piece set, which I have always wanted, so I count that as a win. What do you think? Are you going to tie-sidify some pants? If you didn't want to make your own, you could easily do this as a thrift flip. All you would need is some bias tape, a pair of pants you want to ventilate, and whatever you'd want to use for ties. Sounds like a fun afternoon to me. A quick little programming update. You'll notice that this video also came out considerably longer of a time after my last one than usual. Life is just kind of busy for me right now. I got a lot of plates and they're spinning. And YouTube is and can be a full-time job. I would love it to be. If y'all want it to be my full-time job and get videos on a much more regular basis, you let me know. If you show this channel love, we can make that happen. But for right now, I'm gonna have to just sort of post when I can. And hopefully it'll be more than once every 3 months to 5 months. But, you know, things happen as they happen. And I've got a lot of really great ideas and I really want to keep going. So I will, but just have a little patience, okay? I promise I'm not dead or dying. I doubt I'm going on strike again anytime soon. And know that I love hearing from you. I love the little community we're kind of building up here. And I cannot wait to share with you what I do next. I might do a chill little check-in and be like, here's the 15 different projects I have on the go for no reason right now. Is that something y'all would be interested in? I feel like it's more fun when I do like a big specific project. And I really want to get back to Decades of Daphne, which is the main goal, other than, you know, blowing up and acting like I don't know nobody. Okay. That is my second extremely millennial thing I've said today. And I would. Hard eyes emoji to make that my entire career. Oh, I gotta go. Love you. Bye.